Good morning बच्चों. So today we are going to start the new chapter, that is ratios and proportional. So first we'll start with ratios. The basic meaning of ratio is comparison. Comparison means we are comparing something. Means suppose we are comparing two different quantities, but there must be two conditions. One, the unit must be same, and product, what we are taking it, the product or the term of the ratio must be of same kind. Now we are going to understand these two terms one by one. Must be of same kind. Same kind means they must be, if we are going to comparison for the run rate, suppose run rate, and we are going to comparison for the batting run rate. So we cannot compare the run rate of batting to bowling, right? We only compare the run rate batting with batting. Suppose we are going to compare with mangoes in one basket and mango in second basket. So we only compare mango with mango, not with one in one basket we have taken mango, in one basket suppose we have taken an apple, right? So we cannot compare this. So they must be of same kind. Now come to unit. Unit must be same. Suppose it is given as there are two comparisons, means two different terms of ratios are, one is given in hours and one is given in seconds. So you cannot compare it. It means either you have to convert this into hours or this one into second. So the unit must be same. Either if it is given here like kilogram or kilometer, it is given in meter, or it is given in centimeter and it is given in millimeter, right? So they must be same. So it means the kind must be same, they must be of same kind, and the unit must be same. So these two things you have to remember while solving the questions of ratios. Now come to the basic part. Ratio is what? Ratio is comparison. Suppose I am taking a class, suppose class 7th I have taken, and in one section the number of boys and girls are given as, suppose there are 18 boys and 12 girls, right? If we are going to compare these numbers, they are numbers, so 18 divided by 12, right? So this part, this, or you can also write it as 18 ratio 12. This part, these two are known as ratio. This is the actually sign of ratio. This is the sign of ratio, and this way you can also write it. Means ratios can be depicted in the form of fraction. So 18 by 12, if we are going to find out the ratio, so 6 2s are 12, 6 3s are 18. So boys is to girls, the ratio is 3:2. Right? So here number of boys and number of girls we are comparing. So they both are numbers. So that is why I am telling you, while you are going to solve the questions of ratios, you have to remember two basic things, that they must be of same kind and the unit must be same. So now this was the basic part. If you are talking about the ratio in the algebraic form, suppose any number, any term which is written as A or B. Now this sign is a ratio sign, you know that. This is first term. This is second term. This first term is known as antecedent, and this second term is known as consequent. Now, the basic important thing about solving the question of ratio is, if anything is written, means A and B are in the ratio, so A ratio B you can write it as, and equally you can write it as A by B. Now you can either multiply by the same number, suppose X I have multiplied in the first term, or you can say that it is written in the fraction form, so you can also say that this is numerator and this is denominator. If X is being multiplied in numerator, the same number must be multiplied in the denominator, right? Or if you multiply here by 2 in numerator, you must multiply by 2 in denominator. Or if you divide this numerator by y, so denominator must be divided by y. So what you can conclude it from here is that you can either multiply or divide by the same number of each term of the ratio. This is the basic part, right? And this is very important point that you should remember while solving the questions. Now one more last part is left, that is simplest form. Suppose two terms of ratios are given as 75 and 125. Now we have to write this ratio in the simplest form. So here 75 and 125 is written. 75 you can write it as 25 into 3, and 125 you can write it as 25 into 5, right? So here you can see that this 25 is common, so you can eliminate it. So 3 by 5 is left. So now this is the simplest form, because in the simplest form only 1 is common in between 3 and 5 as a factor, right? If we factorize this 3, here 1 and 3 is the factor, and for 5, 1 and 5 is the factor. Only 1 is common in between 3 and 5, so it means this is the HCF. And this is also the HCF of 75 and 125. If you remember how we can find out the HCF of two given numbers, just follow the long division method. 75 and 125, 75 1 year 75, here 50 is left, and this is continued division method actually. Now this 50 and here 75, write it, 50 1 year 50, 25 is left, and 25 2 year 50. So it means this is the HCF of 75 and 125. So while writing the given ratio in the simplest form, what you have to do, you have to first find out the HCF of the two given numbers and just eliminate that particular HCF, and you will get the ratio which is being written in simplest form, right? Like 75 and 125. Now the simplest form of this is 3 by 5. So this was the basic part, and one more thing is also left, the comparison of ratios. So comparison of ratios and writing the given ratio into ascending or descending order. So comparison of ratios and writing ratio in ascending order. So comparison of ratio, if any two ratios are given and you have to compare it, that which one ratio is greater than the other. So if only two ratios are given, you can solve it like this way, that suppose 4:6 is given, 4:5, and 16:25 is given, and you have to find it out which ratio is greater. So what you have to do is just write it as, do the cross multiplication. 4 into 25, and here 5:16, 425 is 100, 16 5 is 80, so this is greater, this means this ratio is greater, right? This method we were using in the fraction and rational numbers, right? So you can also solve it like this way. Other way is just take the LCM of that, make that particular ratio. Suppose here 5 and 25 is given, so LCM of 5 and 25 is 25, right? So this ratio 4/5, make it this 5 as 25, right? So write the equivalent fraction. So 4/5 multiplied by 5, so this also numerator must be multiplied with 5, so it means 20/25. Here 16/25, so you can say that clearly this is greater, right? This way you can also do the comparison part. Now while writing the ratios into the ascending or descending order, what you have to do is you have to take the LCM of the given ratios. I'm taking the question from your book, that is question number 25 of chapter 8A, R.S. Agrawal, class 7th. First question is 5:6, then 8:9, and 11:18. This is the given ratio, and here you have to write it into ascending order. Ascending order means smaller, right, first. So now you can also write it as, means this 5:6, you can write it as 5/6, right? This 8:9, 8/9, and this one is 11/18. Now you have to find out the LCM of this 6, 9, and 18. So 6 3s are 18, 9 2s are 18, and 18 1s are 18. So you can simply find it out that LCM is 18. So 6, 9, and 18's LCM is 18. So now this 5/6 is written. You have to make the 6 as 18 or write it as 18. So 6 3s are 18. It means in the numerator you also have to multiply by 3. So 5 3s are 15 divided by 18. This was the first one. Now 8/9. So here if you multiply by 2 in 9, it will convert into 18. So it means 8 into 2, that is 16. Third one is actually written in 11/18 form. So simply you can clearly show that, means it clearly shows that 11/18, then 15/18, and then 16/18, right? So now 11/18 earlier was 15/18, that is 5/6, and this one was 8/9. So this is the way how to write the given ratios into the ascending order. So this way you have to solve these questions. Now come to different questions. So come to first question of exercise 8A. So exercise 8A, question number 1. It is given that the given ratios, you have to write it into the simplest form. So first ratio is 24:40. This is simple. So this 24, you can write it as 8:3, and 40, 8 into 5. This 8 is eliminated, so 3/5. Now come to 13.5:15. So 13.5 upon 15, you can write it as 135 upon 150. So 15 9 ja, 15 10 ja. So 9/10. Next one is, it is given in the form of mixed fraction 6:2/3 and 7/1/2. So first convert it into improper fraction. 6 3 80 into 20, 20/3 is to 15/2. Write it 20/3 and 15/2. Then now this 2 goes to numerator side and this 3 comes to denominator. So 2 into 20 into 2 and 15 into 3. So 5 3 ja 15, 5 4 ja 20, 4 2 ja 8/9. Right? Here 3 ratios are given in fifth part, sixth part actually. In fifth also 3 ratios given. So 2.5 is to 6.5 is to 8. Just multiply by 10. So 25 is to 65 is to 80. Right? So you can write it as 5:5. 5:13 and 5:16. This 5 you can eliminate it. So 5:13 is to 16 is the answer. So this way you will solve question number 1. Now come to question number 2. In question number 2, the ratios are given and the basic part of the ratio, what we have discussed earlier, is they must be of, means the unit must be same. They must be of same unit. So first one is first. It is written as 75 paise and 3 rupees. So 75 paise is to 3 rupees. So just convert this rupee into paise. So 75 paise is to 300 paise, because in 1 rupee you know that there is 100 paise. Now 75 by 300. And we know that 75 1 ja 75, 75 4 ja 300, so 1 is to 4 is the ratio. 8 month and 1 year, it is given as fourth question. 8 month and 1 year, this is month. So we know that in 1 year there are 12 months, so 4 2 ja 8, 4 3 ja 12, so 2 is to 3 is the ratio. Now here 2 kg, 250 grams are given in fifth part. 2 kg, 250 grams is to 3 kg. So just convert all the kgs into grams. So 2 kg means 2000 plus 250 is to 3000 grams, right? Because we know that in 1 kg there are 1000 grams. So this is 2250 is to 3000. This one you can cancel it out. Now 75 4 ja 300 and 75 3 ja 225. So 3 is to 4 is the ratio. So this way you have to do it. Now come to question number 3, 4, 5 and 6. These questions are same. So 3 and 4 they are same, and 5 and 6 they are same. So we'll do one question. Discuss all the question, but I'll solve one question. In question number 3, ratios is given as A is to B is given as 7:5 and B is to C is given as 9:14. You have to find out A ratio C. So what you have to do, we know that if A by B, this way, this you can write it as A by B, and this you can write it as B by C. So if you multiply A by B and B by C, this B you can eliminate it, right? Because one B is written in the numerator and one B is written in the denominator, so simply you can eliminate it. Then we will get what? A by C. So in this part, what we have to do, only this A by C we have to find it out. So we simply multiply both the given ratios. So 7 by 5 is to 9 by 14. 7 1 ja, 7 2 ja. So 9 by 10 is the ratio of A is to C. This way also you have to solve question number 4. Now come to question number 5. Here two ratios, A is to B is given and B is to C is given, but we have to now find it out. A is to B is to C. A is to B is given as 3:5 and B is to C is given as 10:13. Now we have to find it out. A is to B is to C. So look, here A is to B is given. If we write it as 3:5, right? And here if we are talking about B is to C is given, if we cover it, here B is to C is written. So here 10:13 you can write it. This is 13. Now here you can see that B is having two different ratios. When B is along with A, it is having 5 ratio value, and if B is along with C, it is having 10 ratio value, right? So if we equalize both if we equalize this ratio, we can simply write the ratio of A is to B is to C. So what we have to do, we have to take the LCM of 5 and 10, and we know that if we are taking the LCM of 5 and 10, it means the 10 is the LCM. So if we multiply it by 2, this part, if we multiply it by 2, it converts into 10. So we can write the ratio A is to B is to C. 2 3 just 6, 2 5 just 10. Here 10 is written also, and then 13. So this is the ratio. Sorry, this is the answer. And this is the ratio of A is to B is to C. Right? This is the simple one. So 6th question is also same. You have to solve it. Now come to question number 7, 8, 9, and I think 10 also. Yes, only 7, 8, 9. In this question, we have to divide the amount, given amount. Here in question number 7, it is given that divide rupees 360 between Kunal and Mohit. So ratio is given as between Kunal and Mohit, that is 7:8. The total amount which has to be divided is rupees 360. And now what we have to do, there are several methods you can solve the question. One method is just suppose that this Kunal is having 7x rupees and Mohit is having 8x rupees, right? Then you have to add it because this is the total sum of the amount. So you have to add it 7x and 8x, that is 15x. So you can find out the value of x, then multiply by that particular x into 7 and 8. This was the one method. But in the second method, what you have to do, just add the ratio value that is 15. So 7 plus 8, that is 15. So Kunal, share of Kunal is 7 over 15, right? So just and 360. This was the ratio value and this was the actual value. So just find it out. And from M means Mohit, I think. Yes. So 8 by 15 into 360. Then you will get the value. Right? So 15 1 ja 15, 15 2 ja 30, 6 is left 60, 15 4 ja 60. Right? So 24 7 ja 168 and 24 8 ja 192. And while if you add them, you will get the value 360. Right? So this way you have to solve the question. Now come to question number 8. In question number 8, this question is also same, but one thing it has done in the question is actually the ratio is written in the form of fraction. Now this time Rajan and Kamal is here, and the money has to be divided between Rajan and Kamal. The ratio is given as 1 by 5 and 1 by 6. Total amount this time is 880 rupees. This is question number 8. So 880 rupee has to be divided in between Rajan and Kamal, right? Ratio is 1 by 5 and 1 by 6, and we know that ratio must be in natural number form. You cannot write ratio in the fraction form, right? So first you have to convert it. So there are two methods. One is just cross multiply it. Another method is just take the LCM and multiply by that particular NCM in both the terms of the ratio. So we'll prefer the cross multiplication method because numerator is having 1 only. That is why. If another number is also written, you can simply multiply it. So 6 is to 5 is the correct ratio, right? This 6 goes here and this 5 goes here. So this is the correct ratio. Now addition sum of ratio is 11. So Rajan is getting 6 by 11 and he is getting 5 by 11. So just multiply by 880 in both the cases. So this is having 480 and this is having 400. Right? And the next question, that there are three persons now, A, B and C. So A is having 1 ratio value, B is having 3 ratio value, and C is having 4 ratio value. So what you have to do, you have to just add the ratios first. 1 plus 3 plus 4, that is 1 plus 3 4 plus 4 8. So total ratio value is 8, right? That 8 must be equal to 5600. Now A is getting 1 by 8 because he is having 1 ratio. So A is getting 1 by 8 part, B is getting 3 by 8 part, and C is getting 4 by 8 part of what? 5600. So just multiply by 5600 in each and every case, you will get the value. Now question number 10. 10, 11, 12, 13. They are same. So I'll do one question of question number 10, 11, 12 and 13. So 10 in 10, the question is what number must be added to each of the ratio 9:16 to make the ratio 2:3. So 9:16 is given. If we add x in both the numbers, now the ratio becomes 2:3. So just do the cross multiplication, find out the value, right? This is question number 10. So 3 into 9 plus x and 2 into 16 plus x. Now you know how to solve this, right? Just solve it. In question number 11 also, you have to subtract. What number must be subtracted from each of the ratio? Ratio is 17 upon 33. Suppose x is subtracted. Now the ratio becomes 7 by 15. Just do the cross multiplication, what we have done in addition part, and solve it. You will get the answer. Now come to question number 12. In question number 12, it is saying that two numbers are in the ratio of 7:11. If 7 is added to each of the number. Look, here variable was added, right? Now here numbers are added. So, and here it is given that this is the ratio value, 7:11. 7:11 is the ratio value, and this is not the actual value. So what you have to do, you have to suppose that one ratio means one number is 7x, another number is 11x, right? Because it is written in the simplest form and you have eliminated the HCF part. That means that HCF means that common part you have eliminated. So that is why we have written x over here. So 7x and 11x is the actual number we have supposed, and if 7 is added in both the numbers, now the ratio becomes 2:3. Right? So now just do the cross multiplication, you will get the answer. In question number 13, 13 is also same. Two numbers are in the ratio of 5:9, and if 3 is subtracted from each, so let the numbers be 5x and 9x, and 3 is subtracted from both the numbers and the ratio become 1:2. Now just do the cross multiplication and you will get the value, right? Now come to question number 14. Question number 14 is two numbers are in the ratio of 3:4. If their LCM is 180, find the numbers. So numbers are given. If one number is 3x, another number is 4x, and the LCM, actual LCM, it is given as 180. So first find out the LCM of this. This is 3 4 12. X is common, right? So x you can write it, and 12x. So 12x is the LCM. So this is also the LCM, this is also the LCM. You can equalize it. So 12x is equal to 180. Find the value of x and multiply it, right? You will get the number. Now come to question number 15. 15 question is based on the concept of age. The question reads as, the age of A and B are in the ratio of 8:3. 6 years hence, their ages will be in the ratio of 9:4. Find their present ages. This is question number 15 of exercise 8A, which is written over here. The book name is R.S. Agrawal. So their present ages are given. Here look, A and B they are given, right? So this is their present age. Present age is given as 8:3. This is written in the ratio form. So if present ages are in the ratio of 8:3, so we suppose that their present ages must be 8x and 3x. 6 years hence means after 6 years their ages will be. So 6 must be added over A and 6 must be added over B, right? Because if 6 years from onwards 6 years we have to add 6, right? If we are talking about you and me, so if after 6 years we are talking about our ages, so it means 6 years must be added in my age and 6 years must be added in your age, right? So 8x plus 6 years, right, is the age after 6 years of A, and 3x plus 6 years is the age of B after 6 years. Now this ratio become, so 8x plus 6 and 3x plus 6 becomes 9:4, right? So we have reached the question like 11, 12, 13, 14, right? 10, 11, 12, 13. So just do the cross multiplication, find out the value of x, put the value of x over here, you will get their percentages, right? This we have to solve it. Now question number 16 and 17, they are same. Question number 16. Question number 16 is the ratio of copper and zinc in an alloy is 9:5, and if weight of copper in the alloy is 48.6 grams, find the weight of the zinc. So here 9:5 is given, the copper that is Cu, zinc that is Zn, right? This is question number 16. They are in the ratio, and the weight of copper is given. Weight of copper is given as 48.6 grams. So which is in the form of ratio is 9. The value of copper in ratio form is 9 and actual value is this. Suppose this is 9x and this is 5x. Just find out the value. So 9x is equal to 48.6. Find the value of x, that is 48.6 upon 9. Right? Multiply the x, you will get the value for zinc. This way you also have to solve the question number 17. The ratio of boys and girls in the school, it is given as 8:3. Total number of girls is the 375. So boys and girls ratio is given as 8:3. Suppose the actual number is 8x and 3x. This 3x value is given as 375. Find out the value of x, then you can find the value of boys. Right? Now come to question number 18. Question number 18 is the ratio of monthly income to the saving of a family is 11:2. 11:2 is given as the income and saving ratio, right? So let the money income be 11x, saving be 2x, and saving is given as 2500 rupees. So you can simply find out the value of x. X is 1250. Now they were asking about the income and expenditure. So expenditure or expense, we know that is income minus saving, right? So if you get the value of income, just subtract this saving 2500, you will get the value of expenditure. Now come to next question, that is 19th number question. 19th number question is a bag contains rupees 750 of three different denomination of money is here. 1 rupee coin is there, 50 paisa coin is there, and 25 paise coin is there, and their ratio is given as 5:8:4. The number of coin ratio is given 5:8:4. Total money in the bag is 750 rupees. You have to find the number of coins of each denomination. So one thing is that you have to understand for this question is here it is given in the value form, right? So if we multiply number of coin to the value, we get the value for that particular ratio. So suppose the coins are 5x, 8x and 4x. So 5x rupee is 5x number of coin and 1 rupee is given. So the total value is 5x into 1, that is 5x. Right? The value of 50 paisa is 8x coin are there and 50 paisa is, so 8x into 50 paisa convert into same unit, right? We have earlier in the starting of the video we have discussed that, and that is the basic part, that is the units must be same. So 50 divided by 100, so 1/2, so that is 4x, right? And here 4x into 25 paisa, so 25 by 100, so 25 1 ja, 4 ja, 4 1 ja, so x. So this is the total value. So total value of 1 rupee is 55x, this value 4x, and this value is x rupees. So this is the total value. So 5 plus 4, 9 plus 1, 10. So total value is 10x. 10x is equal to what? 750 rupees. You get the value of x, that is 75. Just multiply it. So 1 rupee coin is having 5x number of coins. So 5 into 75. Then 50 paise coin is having 8 into 75, and 25 paise coin is having what? 4 into 75. They are the number of coins. Now come to question number 20, 21 and 22. The question number 20 is same as question number 10, 11, 12 and 13. Right? Here you have to find out the value. Here it is written as 4x plus 11 divided by, the ratio is given as 4x plus 5 actually. 4x plus 5 and 3x plus 11, they are the ratio, and that is equal to 13 is to 17. Now what you have to do, just do the cross multiplication and solve it. This is question number 20. Now come to question number 21 and 22. They all are same. Question number 22 is written as x is to y. The value is given as 3 is to 4. So you can write it as x by y is equal to 3 by 4. Now it is asking that you have to find out the value of 3x plus 4y and 5x plus 6y. This ratio you have to, this value of, you have to find it out. So what you have to do, we know that the value of x by y, here x is written, y is written, right? So in the starting what we have studied, that we can divide by the same number or multiply by the same number in both the terms of the ratios. So now we are going to divide it by y in both the terms of the ratio. So what we get? 3x plus 4y divided by y and 5x plus 6y divided by y. Right? So this is the, you can take it as a LCM. So 3x by y plus 4y by y and 5x by y plus 6y by y. This y you can cancel it out. You will left with 3x plus y plus 4, right? And 5x plus y plus 6. Now put the value, this 3 by 4. So 3 into 3 by 4 plus 4 and 5 into 3 by 4 plus 6. Nothing, you can eliminate. So 3 3 is 9 by 4 plus 4 upon 5 3 is 15 by 4 plus 6. Take the LCM. 4 4 is 16, 9 plus 16 divided by 14 plus 24 divided by 4, and 4 you can eliminate it. So 16 plus 9, here I am writing it 25 by 40, sorry, 5 3 is 15, right? Here 15. So this is 39. So this is the answer, 25 by 39. Next question is also same. Just do it by yourself, right? Divided by y in both the terms, and you will get, just solve it by this way. So the whole exercise of ratio means we have completed. In the next video we'll complete the proportion part, right? So till then, stay safe, stay at home, be happy and practice mathematics. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care.